We are joined now by Chicago Bears All-Pro running back and returner Tarik Cohen. Man, it's great to have you on the Odd Couple, brother.
What's up? It's great to be here. Thank y'all.
What I got to ask you is, you're here at the Super Bowl, and I know you want to be here playing instead of talking to us. Is it a bittersweet feeling being here in Miami when all this is going on?
Oh, it's definitely bittersweet because you realize that you're not the one in the Super Bowl. But then what makes it better is all the other 30 teams are here also, and they're not in the Super Bowl either. So y'all can just all sob together.
But before the season started, I picked the Bears to make the playoffs after what you guys had done last year.
Yeah.
And I know the kicker missed the kick.
Some people picked y'all for the Super Bowl.
Right.
Too.
I mean, that's where people thought you were going to take that next step. You got a tremendous defense, and then with the other parts. How shocked were you that the season just never got going, starting from game one with the Packers? You guys just seemed to not get your footing.
We on the offensive side of the ball, we definitely feel like it was our fault. We never got it going consistently, and we never found the identity within ourselves. So we feel like they held a major role, how all the games shaped out and ultimately how our season shaped out.
We were just talking. We had LaDainian Tomlinson, the Hall of Famer running back, on right before you.
Yeah.
And we were talking to him about the change in the position, how he would carry the ball 25 times a game, and it was no big deal. You may have never – have you ever carried it? Yeah, that much in a game?
It's all a passing league now.
Right,
yeah.
And I know when you started off playing running back, you were running the ball probably all the time. That's how it was at that position. Would you prefer it to be back like it was in the day where you knew you were getting it 25 times and you were going to be able to run for 130 yards or whatever, or you like it now with the catching the ball and running a few times and shuttling in with 2 or 3 other backs?
See, I like running the ball better than I like catching out the backfield, but I feel like the game nowadays is better for a guy with my skill set. I can catch the ball and things. And then also, if I was just running the ball, then I would be one-dimensional. They would know I'm getting the ball and it's going to be like a handoff. But me coming in the game, they don't know. Like I can get a handoff or I can catch it out the backfield. So I feel like for a guy with my skill set, it's better nowadays.
What about the returning to football? There's a lot of talk about safety and health. Do you think that that's eventually going to go away? Because is it the XFL? Which one is not going to do the XFL?
I think they're going to have returns. It's something different they're doing.
But you know what I mean?
There's talk about getting rid
of the return. Would you be in favor of that? Is that just a part of the game, or safety-wise, it would be good to do something else?
I feel like the returns is a part of the game. It would be like a tragic, to take that out the game. But I feel like, safety-wise, I feel like they're moving to taking that out of the game, especially kick return. I feel like two players coming straight down at each other, it's hard to be too safe in that. So the only way to be safe about it is to take it out of the game.
Because that's basically a car wreck, too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
At the speed you're going, and you could just be wrecked. And we've seen people get wrecked.
Yeah.
Today, with the emphasis on safety, back in the day, a lot of times guys got concussions and they would just say you got your bell rung and you're back in there playing. Is it hard to block that out of your mind when there's so much of an emphasis on safety, which is good, but is it harder to block out like the possibility of getting hurt than it used to be, or is it easy for you?
It's definitely harder like before you're in the game and like just talking about it. And in the locker room, it's hard to block it out. You always know about it, but
so they're constantly talking to you guys about it.
Yeah, now it's one of the main topics in everything we do. But when you get in that game, you're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about being safe. You're thinking about making a play. Whether you're on defense, you're thinking about making that tackle, offense, running that guy over, and scoring a touchdown. So it's hard.
We're joined by Bears All-Pro running back Tarik Cohen.
Mitch Trubisky. He obviously gets a lot of criticism and talk with the Bears. But a year ago, you guys were in the playoffs on your way, missed field goal, that kind of wrecked the season. And a lot of people, as Chris said earlier, picked the Bears to even make it to the Super Bowl and thought that it was enough. Is Mitch Trubisky that guy? What do you like about him as a quarterback?
He's definitely that guy that can take us there. I feel like it's his mental fortitude and the leadership behind closed doors. He's not going to do it for the cameras. He's not that type of guy to just want to show off for the public eye. He turns off all his social media, and he just focuses on himself and the team, and that's what we need, and that's what every quarterback should do. When you put that team first and you're just a team guy, everything is possible.
So is he off social media during the season? We had him on last year. He mentioned something.
Right.
Is it during the season, during the playoffs? How does he do it?
I think it's the whole season.
Now,
LeBron did 0 dark 30.
Right.
And he
but
still didn't make the playoffs.
That's an issue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's an issue. You know, Kyrie Irving, the great point guard in the NBA, had said, you know, a lot of players are unhappy today, and part of it is social media. How do you handle social media?
I feel like I'm very lighthearted. You know, I don't take anything people say on social media to heart. You know, I just
they don't know you,
everybody
right?
just wants a voice, so you know, people just gonna talk.
But
regardless.
You read a lot of the criticism.
Yeah, I read it.
You're able to block it out.
I feel like it doesn't affect me as much. You know, I'm not taking it to heart. But sometimes it even fuels me. You know, so you know, I make the best of whatever it is.
But do you comment back to people, or no? You just kind of read what's going on. If someone has something supportive, do you say, Thanks for the support, or you know what I mean? Do you respond to your fans?
Well, I got a bad habit. I used to respond to people, you know, the ones that be hating. I need to do what you just said, to respond to people that show love. I feel like that's a good idea.
That would
you
be
do
better.
Go back and forth.
Yeah,
with
sometimes
the
I used to go back at them. I stopped doing it now, though. I'm a better person.
But you know what? Whenever we get it, for radio, and obviously we have opinions or whatever. If somebody rips me on social media, I'll just say thanks for listening. Or
he blocks them. He'll block them.
I'll block people, too, if they get crazy. Yes, I will.
Do you have, you pulling for any team in this game? I mean, you rooting for somebody?
Yeah, so I'm an offensive player, y'all know. So I definitely want to see an offensive shootout, so I'm going for the Chiefs. You know, they got all the weapons they got, I want to see them do good.
I'm with you there.
But shouldn't you?
Don't let him change your mind.
I'm not trying to change your mind. But if you're in the NFC, there's no way you could pick the 49ers, right? No, the 49ers.
Yeah,
some guys are pro-conference, right?
It's definitely they probably would pick your conference, especially say if you beat the 49ers, but they're in the Super Bowl. Then you're like, okay, I want the 49ers to win, so I can say I beat the Super Bowl champion.
Right. Polaris, you're here on behalf of Polaris, and I gotta tell you, we're seeing some of these pictures of the Polaris slingshot.
Yeah,
it's like an off-road vehicle. Yeah, tell us about it. It looks great.
It's actually on road.
Really? So it's like a car you can drive.
It's really like a motorcycle. I think technically that's what it is.
Really?
But yeah, I drove the 2019 version to camp this year. Got in a little trouble with my coaches because I was doing donuts in the parking lot. So then
they're like, you got some value to us.
Yeah, I had to put that away. But the 2020 version is out now. It's different now. The transmission is automatic, so anybody can drive it now because it was standard transmission. Steering wheel is different now. The suspension is better. It's just a whole new car, and people could actually go win one online, Polaris.com, into the winning sweepstakes, and you just type in "it's automatic."
So when you ride it, what's the feel like? Does it feel like more like a car or more like a motorcycle?
I feel like it's a car because of the steering wheel, and the two wheels in the front, so it definitely feel like a car.
So Rob and I, we'll give you our addresses after and look for us to be sent to our house.
Yeah, I'm going to answer y'all in the sweepstakes for y'all.
All right, the great Tarik Cohen, he's an all-pro running back with the Chicago Bears. What's happening, y'all? It's Chris Broussard.
I'm Rob Parker.
And we are
The Odd Couple. Check us out as often as you can on YouTube.
And always remember, I'm Oscar, and he's Felix.
Oh, man, are you serious?